Call the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Luyu, Rex, Pam Ray, Naomi, Afasiana, Babbler, Monarch Soul, Jojo, Gray Eyes, Fillmyeyes. Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shift, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near. And the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whispering the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. In the yard, a seduction walks soft through the smoke. Silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up street and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way. When the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, go hunt the fear. That thing with no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart. And rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is pulse with the pen, this is blood with the nickel. This is breath to the backbone, ink with the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom. The line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. slips past polite. We tell the truth. LNP, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the party. Hi, Rex.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
All righty. What's going on?
Not much, not much. Very strange day for me. I guess since my poison ivy is gone, I have nothing better to do with myself. Oh, I'm so happy. But I went to take a nap around, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I went, why does it feel so early? I looked at the clock, I said, it's not early, Jean. And I'm like, it feels like it's the middle of the afternoon here. So I don't know, I must be just feeling better. Must be the
Sounds
steroids.
like it.
Yeah, it must be the steroids. So I got the hell back up.
I
Watched a
know.
couple
Yeah.
videos. Yeah, yeah.
Steroids do give a boost.
I guess. I don't know. I'm very seldom. I don't think I've taken them more than a couple times in my life. Probably the last 2 times I had poison ivy in my life. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. But I am feeling better, thank God. I'm not ripping my skin off or any of that stuff. Hello, Vizaga. And hello, Aaron. Yes, sir, Rebub. So listen, we don't have a huge board tonight, but we have a good board. That sounds like fun. Absolutely. Yeah, but anyway, yes, I went to the doctor's on Tuesday. I got a nice prescription. Well, actually, I got 2, and I'm like, I feel much better. Much better. Not going crazy. Yes. So, yeah, it's been one of those weeks, I guess. It was productive, I can say that. So, what's up with you?
Not much.
Not much.
90 degrees, but
Oh,
the humidity was way down, so it was a nice, bearable day.
yeah. 90 is better than what you've been doing, but 90 with low humidity, God, that's like heaven
It
almost.
was so nice. I even put up a bonfire today.
Oh, well, sure, it wasn't hot enough for you, right?
No, I needed more.
Wow, wow. I don't know. You're a glutton for punishment, my friend. You're a glutton for punishment. Uh, yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's kind of sticky here. You know, I'm just like, I don't know, agitated. It was 88 today. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
well,
And the humidity
you're
is up
not too
around
far
70.
behind.
Yeah, and the humidity is up around 76. Well, 76? I don't know. Something says 72 and then it says 0 beside it, so I don't know what the hell that is. So I'm not even going to pretend to figure that out tonight. But yes, right now we're sitting at 81. Ugh, but eventually. Tomorrow's supposed to, oh no, tomorrow's supposed to be nice. And Sunday and Monday is supposed to rain. Yes. And then
Yeah, I got
Wednesday,
that
Thursday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evening.
Oh, well, I got Sunday and Monday, and then we're off on Tuesday. Yes. And it's supposed to rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's like, sure, okay, very nice of you. You know, yeah. What do you do, right? It's like whatever. But it has been worse. It has. It has. The rain doesn't hurt. Hopefully, it won't be all day and all night. Aaron says, Quicken mentioned Stay Frosty at the end of that intro song. He says, it's only 55 outside there. Yeah. Brr. I don't know. When it's been running in the 90s, like Rex has been doing, 55 be a nice
Yeah,
change.
it would be.
Yeah, well, that would be a nice break. Let's see. Vizaga said he thought he took a rest week at the coast, Now it's cool but damn humid, so I'm sweating like a pig. Wow. What does this say? Well, Rex, at Basel, where I live, it's 42 Celsius. Oof. Oof. No. It just sounds hot.
42 Celsius. That's like, is that 107?
I don't know. It could be 210. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we've
40.
been down that road and you cursed.
I know. I know. I sure did, and I let out a whopper. But 42 degrees Celsius. Mm, that sounds super warm to me. But anyway, yeah, that's 42 is
Okay,
100.
yeah, I was right, 107.
No thanks. No thanks. As I go, if I were you, I'd sit on an ice block or against one, or I don't know. If you get a big enough one, you can sleep on it. I can't imagine. Oof. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And humidity too. Forget that. You know, people talk about, oh, it's, we run about 104, but there's no humidity. Okay, still sounds 104 to me. But 104 and 107 with humidity? Nah, no. How do you get humidity 107? I would think it would all evaporate quickly. But what do I know?
That's like walking outside and taking a bath right away.
Yeah, just take a bar of soap and a towel out with you. Jeez. It does not sound comfortable at all. Not my thing. Mm-mm. Can't do it. I hate the humidity. I really do. Hello, Yumpy. There's that person. It's like constant being a hot shower. Yeah, I can imagine it is. Sounds disgusting. Oof. And it might be beautiful there, but I can't imagine that. Not at all. Yumpy, what's your weather, my neighbor, my neighbor? He usually runs a little bit cooler than I do. A little bit. So yeah. 79 today. See that? Will be 56 tonight. Oh yeah. That's wonderful weather. Don't you think, Rex?
Oh, hell
70
yeah.
in the day and 56 at night. Oof. Sounds dreamy. See, he usually runs a little bit cooler than I do because I was, what, 88, I said. Yeah, that's not too bad. Someday. Someday that will happen here. And the next thing you know, 72 today would be perfect. Yeah, 72 during the day is wonderful. That's good fall weather there. Yeah, I like that. Oh my. So yes, yes, yes. I'm glad you could join us. It's always nice to have a little crowd. But I think that that concludes our weather report for tonight. Just saying. Gotta, you know, do the ending for that. Always fun. So what else is new, Rex? Anything?
No,
No?
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Look, now don't talk it up. Oh my, yeah. So
Well,
any more?
boys, she's feeling better, so it's dogpile on the rabbit.
Ah, might be rabbit on a dog pile. You know me. Do
Genie
it
and the
that way.
sapphires is feeling real good today.
Yeah. Listen, listen. I went. Shoot, what was I just going to say? Oh, Aaron says to me on Thursday, "Is there a topic board for Friday?" And I went, um, "Oh shoot, no, there's not." So I put it up on Thursday, within moments of speaking to him, and then I went and said, "Well, okay." So then I had to go hunt up poetry. I didn't get to hunt up very much, but I ended up some good stuff. So I'm happy with what we got. We have 3 audios, so I'll be
Oh,
busy.
you even, hell, you're feeling better and you get to rest that golden voice.
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hmm. Yes, I do.
No honey and vinegar needed tonight.
No, no, we go from honey and vinegar to piss and vinegar. See, that's the way it goes.
Oh, well,
No,
okay,
that,
you're feeling better and you go to piss and vinegar. All right.
well, that's when you get a little ornery.
Ornery.
Ornery. Oh my, I don't know. Um, Let me see. I guess there's not a whole lot of stuff to chatter about. We're looking for rights for Sunday. Anybody who feels so inclined. Hint, hint, hint. Yumpy, you're off the hook.
He is the hook.
That's right. That's right. The summer, boy, I'm telling you, summer is a lousy time of year. It is a lousy time of year. The only thing worse than summer is like that time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's like the worst times for anything around here. People just, I don't know, it gets sparse. Hello, Tim. Must be Tim. Yes, I bet you it is. Or should I just say T and be on the safe side? Yeah, I was lazy. You said, yeah, it's Tim. Okay, I feel better. I was like, damn, maybe it's not T Manzano. I'm like, uh-oh. Oh,
Yeah,
so
you got
anyway,
that right.
yes.
You haven't scratched all of your mind out yet.
Nope, nope. Almost lost it. I did not. I gave up on that. It was pretty awful, though. Yes, it was. You know, telling you, during the day it was one thing. I kind of just brush over it. Of course it spread it around, but I brushed over it pretty good. But I would wake up in the morning and I had a bruise on my left arm. It was twice the size of a quarter, and it was like the bruise was black from where I had scratched while I was sleeping. Never even woke up. Woke up with this huge, ugly mark on me. I said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's the hard note. You wake up like that, you don't know what to do first, scratch or pee.
oh God!" I thought I was going to go crazy with that. It looked so ugly, Rex. It was so ugly. Go ahead, say it. How ugly was it? It was so ugly that God, you'd have thought somebody beat me. There's many people that would love to beat me, but it looked like somebody had. It was bad.
Oh, I remember that.
Mhm. Well, that's how dark my eye was when I got hit in the head with a lamp. That's just how dark my arm was. It was bad. Yes, yes, yes.
See, you scratched a little bit into your bloodstream.
Oh, man. Let's see. He says, I have lost my voice, my mind, and lots of bacon behind the baseboards. So no reading tonight for me. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm not asking nothing. He's going to blame us for losing his voice, though.
Well, no, that note of losing bits of bacon behind the baseboards can also relate to the mind too. Hey, I'm so off kilter. I've lost bits of bacon behind the baseboards. Nothing's clear anymore.
Aaron says, how the heck do you lose bacon? I'm with you, Aaron. No
It's the
bacon,
tidbits you use for your baked potato, the stuff you
no
keep in the
bacon
fridge.
is ever lost in this house. If I make it, they all show up to eat it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Oh my goodness gracious. So
See,
yeah,
we're triggering up a storm to start.
a storm, a storm, a storm. Yes, yes, yes. So listen, I guess we should get this party started.
I
And
think it's already gotten off to a start. It's going to
I,
be roiling.
I think maybe, But this first piece that I'm going to put up, since Aaron was the one who asked me where the topic board was, he was first on it. Yes, he was. And Yumpy was right behind him. God bless him. I was like, oh, at least it's not empty. Okay, this is called Deep State by Aaron Panther. I have an audio for this one. So, I'm going to start the show off singing.
Me.
Me. Oh, God. They're going to drop a net over me one day. So here we go.
All right, Elton, get the John out. Let's go.
They lock the gates and call it peace. Take one more bite, then beggars freeze. Paper crowns on rotten heads, spinning fear like rusted thread. They tax the breath, they tag the poor, put the dirty boots in every door. But I see the seam, I see the lie, see a little empire start to die. Hear that drum and the floorboard shake, hear the old walls start to wake. Hands up high, then fists come down. We were never built to bow. Deep state, we don't kneel. Deep state, we break the seal. Push back, make them feel. Push back, this whole thing's real. This whole thing's real. They feed the cold with patient mouths. Tell the South to blame the North. Tell the left to hate the right, while they drink from everyone's night. But we trade names in kitchen light, pass the truth from bite to bite. One small spark can split the sky, one small voice can bring the fight. Hear that drum and the floorboard shake, hear the old walls start to wake. Hands up high, then fists come down. We were never built to bow. Deep state, we don't kneel. Deep state, we break the seal. Push back, make them feel. Push back, this whole thing's real. I was raised on cracked stone steps, on promises that never kept. Unlocked doors and borrowed dread, on stay in line and shut your head. Now I won't, now we won't. You can dress up lies in gold, still the hungry know your name. Still the streets remember blame. Still the weak can start a flame. Still the weak can start a flame. Deep state, we don't kneel. Deep state, we break the seal. Push back, make them feel. Push back, this whole thing's real. They can press us, they can test us, but the ground is listening. They can sell us, they can tell us, we are not vanishing. Hey, we don't kneel. Deep state, we break the seal.
Excellent. Thank you for the SoundCloud, Aaron. Very much appreciate it. Hey, what a way to start the show off. Crank it up. All right, Gingini, break out your sapphire goodies
I
and
got
roll
no
them on the floor.
sapphire goodies. No, take no sapphire goodies. This was an excellent piece by Aaron. You could hear that, wow, I don't want to say wonderful, but that great political vibe going through here. There was so much I liked about it. I did like the first and second verse. Wow, now I can't talk. I thought the pre-chorus and the chorus were really good. I like the chorus, especially Deep State, we don't kneel. Deep State, we break the seal. Push back, make them feel. Push back, this whole thing's real. It's a crazy state of affairs here. I think everybody really wants to make a change, And we're all kind of stuck because I think that the people who can make the change don't know how the hell to do it. They don't know where to begin. Half of them don't want to because, they're all on payroll. And the other half, they don't know how else to handle it, so they just keep trying. So very frustrating, very, very frustrating. So I think that there is a power to this piece that really stands true. Um, hear that drum and the floorboard shake. Hear the old walls start to wake. Hands up high, then fists come down. We were never built to bow. Yeah, we didn't start this place on that kind of nonsense. We came in, with a fight on our hands, and apparently we got another one. It's ridiculous. I don't want to sound too much into this because, that would be so wrong with me. But I think that this was very well done, and I like the power in it. So nice job, Aaron, and great lines throughout. Yes, yes, yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jeannie. Oh, I can't remember the rapper, but this very much sounds like this particular guy, the Canadian who moved to the U.S. some years ago. He doesn't walk in the realm of the music business. He produces all his own stuff. Him and his girlfriend doing the videos and all that. And he's always on the top list without actually. He beats out the ones rolled into the bite of the industry, because he refuses to be part of the industry because of how it controls, how it runs, how it tells you what you're going to do instead of you putting out what you want to put out. This very much walks that very same vein, and it hit all the right notes. So cheers, and what a way to kick off the night. Besides Gingy feeling better.
Yes.
And we're dogpiling on the rabbit and rabbit in the dog pile.
God, it's rough around here. Rough, rough. Just saying. But yeah, it's great job. Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on, I gotta hit my famous line. Yeah.
Tom McDonald, yes, that's the one. It was very much in that very same Tom McDonald, very much in the very very same vein of thought and how he does his songs, even the change of voice and the thought to the how the chorus works within the whole song. So, cheers, yes.
Yes, sir. Ready. Good stuff. Good stuff. There you go. Okay, Rex.
Yes, he is yumpy. I enjoy listening to Tom McDonald. I've never really gotten into the rap angle of music, but he puts out a lot of stuff that gets people to think, and it walks instead of the old note of how rap is supposed to be. He actually delivers a message.
Right. It makes a big difference in it. Okay. Okay, Rex. This next piece we're going to put up is for you to read.
YouTubing?
No, you to read.
Oh, okay.
Don't be so silly now.
Well, I don't want to go down that road of YouTubing.
No, we don't want to talk about that, especially you and I don't want to talk about that because that's a real sore spot. Yes, yes, yes. Even pain meds can't take that one away. But this one is called The Bundy Interview Part 2, The Monster Within. So whenever you are ready.
All righty then. The Bundy Interview Part 2, The Monster Within. The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within our souls. Poe's quote reads like scripture, but you never ask whose soul I was born from, whose reflection sharpened and formed as the glass shattered. You wanted the monster in the woods, the creepy thing beneath the bed, a story to scare your children with. But I was simpler, a smile in daylight, a voice that steadied your nerves, quelled your fears, a hand extended in invitation. What you feared was not my shadow, but the ease with it, blah, blah, but the ease with which you welcomed it. You saw civility in my smile, gentleness in my grip, chose to ignore the flickers of anger and appetite that screamed otherwise. I was your study in denial. You fed me pulpits and prayers, wrote sermons about evil as though the devil were foreign. But I am not foreign. I am the marrow of your silence, the ghost locked in your diary, the thoughts you bury and refuse to acknowledge when the house grows still, and your inner demons stir, wanting to come out and play. You tell yourself I am an anomaly, a broken cog, listening closely. I am the echo that disproves the rule. Your hunger dressed in suit and tie, your indifference with sharper teeth. Do not blame the devil, that would absolve you. Do not blame God, that would only sanctify me. Blame only the mirror, because I am you, and you are me. And Poe was right to tremble. The scariest monsters never knock. They smile, they charm, they wait inside your ribcage until someone like me gives them permission to speak. If there is a God, then I am his creation, and I am the truth you dare not name. Then look again into the glass. You will not find fangs or horns, only your own reflection. Poe was right. The scariest monsters are the ones within your soul. And poem.
Wow. Well, you rolled through that quick, man. I thought that this was just an excellent piece. The truth is a scary place. You know, it's a great capture of both the evil that lurks around, and I love the references to Poe throughout the piece itself. I look down here, it says prompt 10. If there is a God, then I am his creation, and I am the truth. What a great take on that prompt. You know, very well done. I see this is part 2. I don't know if part 1 is what is in both the authors, but yes, it is. See that? If I had known that, I would have had you read them both. Run them right down the line. But great capture of both subjects there, the references, and Bundy himself and the evil that lurks. But well done and great share. So thank you, Youngby, for that. Much appreciated.
Nice. I enjoyed this. This does walk on that note of the reality of sitting down with someone like Bundy or one of his other class, so to speak, and finding out what makes them tick so as to actually absorb, learn, and put that forth to getting other monsters off the street, so to speak. But yeah, Bundy was one of those different ones. Everybody thinks of monster, as he puts it, the creepy thing under the bed, the monster in the woods, the one in the closet. Yet, then you get to ones like Bundy, which are he was good looking, he was affable, pleasant, and highly intelligent, and he could talk his way into just about anything. And he probably would have gone on for quite a long time if it hadn't been for Gainesville when he lost his marbles and went on a spree. Because he'd already gotten away with it out west in Washington, Oregon, and probably a few other places. Because he did say, there's more that you don't know. And Florida said, to hell with you. If you're not going to tell us what's going on, you can go meet your maker in the chair. And we'll light up Sparky, send you on your way. Happy days going down under. Fire be thy name.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Watch what you say about down under. Just saying.
Yeah, because you look at this. There's a nice quiet reflection to, hey, I am just another of God's creations. Just because I don't have Feelings like you doesn't mean I don't feel. I just feel along different avenues. I have
Right.
different wants and needs than the regular crowd claims to want. And then you got the look in your eyes. You've got those questions. Um, do I enjoy it thoroughly? Yes, probably. Yeah, I do. Uh, did they know it was coming? Did they scream? You got all those questions you want to ask, but for all intents and purposes, you don't really want to go there because you don't want to know the truth behind the answers,
Yeah.
even though the questions can be sit there in the interviewer's eyes.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's some scary folks out there. There are. There are. He was one of the worst. Well, one of the worst. Whole different kind of. Uh,
Then you get the funky ones like Dharma.
yeah, you get crazy ones like Dom. You got the types like Jack the Ripper. You got Bundy who smiles in your face, holds your hand, and then you know does you in. Yeah, there's so many different kinds out there. You got the egg games. There's a whole bunch of them. They're very creative folks, I say. Not my kind of creative, but creative. Anyway, now this next piece I'm going to put up. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Okay, this next piece I'm going to put up is called "When a Whisper Became a Roar" by Garden Delights. I realize now the human body has a mind of its own. It feels things, reacts to events, independent of my own thought processes. My story when my oldest son neared high school graduation. He told me he had enlisted in the Navy, that he'd be leaving us sometime after graduation. I viewed it as maybe not a hard and fast thing. He saw it as a definite, no wiggle room at all. To this day, I don't know who was right. What I do know is that his dad and I drove him to his drop off point on his designated date. He asked me not to cry. With difficulty, I complied. But as he strode away from the car, my womb wrenched, causing me to collapse in my seat, surprised, shocked, how my body had its own response. My son had his agenda, and I was only one third of this emotional triangle. End poem.
Great read there, Gina. Nicely done. It's kind of well, every mother feels this to a point, but this kind of walks a different tone because the reality is he's joined the Navy, so there is going to be that hard-noted truth of not seeing him for long periods of time. So that bite of the back end where my womb wrenched, causing me to collapse in my seat, surprised, shocked how my body had its own response. But she probably wouldn't have had that negative of a response if he was just moving into his own place rather than going somewhere that she knew she wouldn't be able to have those daily or weekly talks, say hello, or a visit. So that first note, especially since he's just turned 18 and decided where he's going, what he's going to do, all of a sudden that empty nest angle hits really hard because you know he's going to do what he wants to do, but uh, that hard note of as a mother, you're not going to see him for a while, and that kind of stings. Well, it stings hard.
Mm, yeah. Um, yes, yes, yes. I really, I thought this was a wonderful write. And I thought her emotions were well expressed. It's just a great share. Um, you know, when you're a mother and you have a child, and they're going off to war, to boot camp, to wherever, you have that sense of loss. But her womb wrenched, causing her to collapse in her seat, surprised and shocked how her body had its own response. That's that motherly instinct. And I thought that this was just an excellent capture of that. It was well written. That's what I mean by that. Yeah, it was a really great share. So thank you, Garden Delights, for allowing us to read this one tonight. Really nicely done. I get it. I do get it. Yes, yes, yes. So, let me see. What are you chuckling about anyway?
I ain't chuckling.
You were. You were. I
No?
heard you. Yes, you were. I heard you. Don't make me pull it up on replay.
You can replay in the moment?
Well, you never know what I can do. Yeah, actually, you can. If you were to go over to YouTube right now, you could back it up and start the show over. I thought that was kind of interesting when I found that out. There was an issue on the show the other night, and I went over and I said, let me try this. Sure as heck, there it was. I said, yeah, it's pretty good. What are you all doing over here? Yeah, that's what I said too, Yumpy, when I read it. I was like, oh gosh. Oh no, it was Teeth said that. I did the same thing. I went, oh.
Oh,
See, you can move 1,000 planets with your chuckle.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
My goodness.
You put that in the
I
wrong
know.
place.
I fixed it.
That's funny.
Yes. I shared it with the fellas instead of with you two. Okay, Rex, this next one is called My Shadowed Soul by Jody Melton. So whenever you are ready.
Okay, as soon
As you can find it.
as it pops up.
Peekaboo.
There it is. My Shadowed Soul by Jody Melton. There is a room inside me where the sun has never learned my name. Its walls are built from every goodbye that lingered too long, every dream buried before the flowers had a chance to bloom. My shadowed soul lives there, not as a monster, but as an old companion, patient as winter, quiet as snowfall settling over abandoned roads. It has watched me smile with cracked lips while my heart stitched itself together beneath my ribs. It knows the way to pretending tomorrow is promised, how one cruel twist of fate can erase years spent climbing toward a horizon that forever retreats. It reminds me that flesh is temporary, that every laugh carries an echo of its own ending. Still, it follows. Not to drag me beneath the earth, but to teach me that light without darkness is merely brightness. Never wonder. I have cursed this shadow more times than I can count, called it a burden, called it a curse. Yet it has carried every sorrow I was too proud to let another hold. It gathered my tears before they touched the floor and folded them into constellations only broken men can read. Perhaps that is why I keep walking, because my shadowed soul has never asked me to be fearless, only faithful. Faithful enough to stand after another collapse, faithful enough to love despite the certainty of loss, faithful enough to cradle beauty with hands that know everything beautiful eventually slips away. One day my shadow will grow longer than the road before me until it disappears into evening. When that final dusk arrives, I hope they do not remember me for the darkness I carried. I hope they remember that even with a soul stitched from midnight, I still searched for dawn with bloody feet, offered warmth with trembling hands, and believed against every whisper of despair that somewhere beyond the horizon, the morning had been searching for me too. And poem. Yeehaw.
Excellent read, Rex. You know, that one poem that Jody wrote, saying, oh, they tell me how good my poetry is. And, it's really not that. There's more to it. And there is always a a depth to all of his words. And you can hear it because he always comes from a perspective that is honest, and you can hear that there's a lot of thought that goes into his work with with what he puts out for everybody. Um, and I picked this piece up because no, where is it? Well, I guess that was where I was going to go. Yeah, because my shattered soul has never asked me to be fearless, only faithful. Faithful enough to stand after another collapse. Faithful enough to love despite the certainty of loss. Faithful enough to cradle beauty with hands that know everything. Beautiful eventually slips away. One day my shadow will grow longer than the road before me until it disappears into evening. When that final dusk arrives, I hope they do not remember me for the darkness I carried. I hope they remember me that even with a soul stitched from midnight, I still searched for dawn with bloodied feet, offered warmth with trembling hands, and believed against every whisper of despair that somewhere beyond the horizon, the morning had been searching for me too. I think they were wonderful lines, all the way down. I mean, I didn't even want to stop because I didn't want to cut that thought in half. Just really a wonderful, wonderful job, and nicely done, Jody. Nicely done.
Yes, this is not typically his venue, but he does lay into it quite well. And was where would I go? I guess from here on down. My shattered soul lives there, not as a monster, but as an old companion, patient as winter, quiet as snowfall settling over abandoned roads. It has watched me smile with cracked lips while my heart sticks itself together beneath my ribs. It knows the weight of pretending tomorrow is promised. How one cruel twist of fate can erase years spent climbing toward a horizon that forever retreats. It reminds me that flesh is temporary, that every laugh carries an echo of its own ending. Still, it follows. Not to drag me beneath the earth, but to teach me that light without darkness is merely brightness. Never wonder. And then the next one, uh, right on down to perhaps that is why I keep walking. That note of not giving in and still looking for that pathway out of the darkness to
Hmm.
some semblance of balance, where the weight of what can hollow out people doesn't sit heavily in the moment, and one can live and breathe despite that which comes with life, the ups, the downs, the heart rending, the soul splitting. Yet you can't there, as in all things, you can't have wonder without pain. You can't have love without broken hearts, and you can't have light without darkness. Everything has its complement, and you've got to live sometimes within those shadows between,
Hmm.
without them letting overtake you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great piece. Okay. Well, this next piece that I'm going to put up is called Dreamingly Aware, Autobio by Way Down Upon Joy. And I assume that this is taken from this prompt. Birds sing after a storm. Why shouldn't people feel as free to delight in whatever remains to them? By Rose F. Kennedy. Excuse me. How oft I wake to shake the memory of dreams, so as to restore the reverie of this life that's rife within me. I can think, and therefore I am, the gypsy queen of speculation, always in anticipation of experience, that allows me to feel the motion of emotion that drives an oxygenated spirit for adventure. I have patience with impatience, and yet continue to seek out the casual sense that I feel for. This is the way it's supposed to be, and accept to learn philosophy that to everything there is a purpose under heaven. Earth's natural nature offers my waiting spirit more than man's natural nature, and yet I seek out the outstretched hand of those that hold understanding and acceptance for who they think I am. I write to understand my own bothersome child that demands to be tested by man's standard for what life is and what is important. When it comes to sharing, the rich and famous don't hold much attention in my realm of seeming, but more so the silently shared dream that longs to be heard. The duality of my life is bold-faced. When my head aches with what are named as migraines, it's then that I begin to ponder my existence and reasons for this condition. I tend to fault myself for causing it by perhaps wanting too much out of life and refusing to accept the simplicity of just getting by. Poor health seems to be my jester in the court of uncalled for sorrows. I attend to everything, dreamingly aware. End poem. Nice.
Great read there, Jeannie.
Hmm.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
I like this. You got that note of I can think, therefore I am. Uh, what was that? Sartre quote, and you got. He drops in to bite at things. I have patience with impatience, yet continue to seek out the casual sense that I feel for this is the way it's supposed to be, accept the learned philosophy that to everything there is a purpose under heaven. Nice touch with that. And then that note of Earth's natural Earth's natural nature offers my waiting spirit more than man's natural nature, and yet I seek out the outstretched hand of those that hold understanding and acceptance for who they think I am. Uh, Running on that note, duality throughout the whole thing, and she hits on that idea of dreamingly aware, an autobiography, so to speak. So, hmm. And that note on the back end, the duality of my life is bold-faced when my headaches with what I name as migraines. It's then that I begin to ponder my existence and reasons for this condition. I tend to fault myself for causing it by perhaps wanting too much out of life and refusing to accept the simplicity of just getting by. Poor health seems to be my jester in the court of uncalled for sorrows. I like that. Uncalled for sorrows.
Hmm.
Sometimes we can bring on that note of a migraine by delving too deep into something when you know you should back off in the moment, but you don't really feel like it. So that note of uncalled for sorrow, yeah, I used to have migraines as a kid, so I know that they suck. They're debilitating. Put you to bed, and that sucks. But the note of I tend to everything dreamingly aware, kind of dreamingly aware. A note of kind of an an inherent closeness to the bite at either side of the rainbow without walking too far abreast of either side. So kind of like that middle of the road vein where you can take one thing in but not ignore the other in its wake. I like that. All right, Janie, you read it.
Yeah, I did. I did. I think that this is a wonderful piece. You know, it's funny. I thought that the caption up at the top was the prompt, but down in the author's notes,
Yes, you got two down there.
there's a heck of a lot down there.
Yeah, there's two
That's
prompts.
yeah, and each one is from the Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa. I don't know if I said that right, but you know, and I think she really captured those very well. I'm sure that the first one came into play, the one I read at the beginning, throughout the piece. But I think that she did a great capture of the prompts below. Um, I guess I'll read them off. My soul is impatient with itself, as with a bothersome child. Its restlessness keeps growing and is forever the same. Everything interests me, but nothing holds me. I attend to everything, dreaming all the while. I'm two, and both keep their distance. Siamese twins that aren't attached. That was the first one. And the second was, I asked for very little from life, and even this little was denied me. A nearby field, a ray of sunlight, a little bit of calm along with the bit of bread, not to feel oppressed by the knowledge that I exist, not to demand anything from others, and not to have others demand anything from me. This was denied me. Like the spare change we might deny a beggar, not because we're mean hearted, but because we don't feel like unbuttoning our coat. Um, an excellent capture, when you read that and you look back at the poem, she's taken bits and pieces and just really built nicely upon them. Um, and well, I picked up parts of her poem, but I'm not going to read that since I read the author's notes. But thank you so much for sharing with us tonight, Joy. Wonderful piece, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Uh, yeah, it was a wonderful job. Absolutely. Okay, let me go back. Let me find my next one. Oh, yes, I'm coming to you, but you knew that. This piece is called, well, I'll do it on the other side. This piece is called Confirmation by Vizago. So whenever you are ready.
All righty then. Confirmation by Vizago. The suit was ready, pressed, waiting. I had rolled a plan, calm, a father, just a little weed, no speed, no fucking way, not that day. But then, woof, the blanket ripped off, a scream in the dark, instinct took over, a punch, a crash. A body flew across the room. 4 cops. It's the police. The one I hit just said, "Damn, you hit hard." I sat up in bed, calm like the eye of a storm, watched them search. They didn't find the kilo under the bed. I smiled. "What's the suit for?" "My daughter's confirmation. Please, let me keep that joint on the table." I signed a confession to avoid the station. They left, but they took the joint and the control. And right there, my mind exploded. ADHD on fire. No brakes, no logic, just drive. I put on the suit, walked 10 kilometers, found a friend with what I needed in his pocket. There I sat, needle in hand, pulled some blood, pushed it back with the dose, tears flowing like a river. And the thought, what about your girl now? That was rock bottom, but it was also the line, the turning point, because this could never happen again. End poem.
Hmm.
Damn.
Great read, Rex. Great read. Um, yeah, what a tough piece. Um, what's the suit for? My daughter's confirmation. Please let me keep that joint on the table. I signed a confession to avoid the station. They left, but they took the joint and the control. And right there, my mind exploded. ADHD on fire. No break, no logic, just drive. Um, yeah, that right there is, a rough patch for sure. Um, there I sat, needle in hand, pulled some blood, pushed it back with the dose. Tears flowed like a river. And the thought, what about your girl now? That was rock bottom. But it was also the line, the turning point, because this could never happen again. That moment of realization. Um, a wonderful, honest piece. It was raw, as I see written somewhere. I picked up the word, and it was because when you're in a situation like that, that's really what it is. Um, but very well done, Vizago, and thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate that very much. Really, excellent job.
Yeah, this hits hard like that one up top. The one I hit just said, "Damn, you hit hard."
Yeah, right.
And but there's a couple of touches in this that walk the very same avenue as the back end of this, but because of the visit, it doesn't walk the very same tone. Where is it? I sat up in bed, calm like the eye of a storm, watched them search. They didn't find the kilo under the bed. I smiled. What's the suit for? My daughter's confirmation. Please, let me keep that joint on the table. Signed a confession to avoid the station. They left, but they took the joint and the control. That was
Mm.
the trigger. Even though he's got a kilo under the bed, all of a sudden that joint meant everything, and them taking it along with the moment, controlling the moment, has him surfacing on the back end, looking for something a little stronger. That note to needle hand, pull some blood, pushed it back with a dose, tears flowing like a river. The idea of walking a deeper and darker path, despite the note that you've dressed yourself up in that suit. You walk 10 kilometers, and you're gonna end up uh, in a seedy note because that suit isn't gonna look nearly as good as it did when you got there. By the time you get up off the that note of rock bottom,
Mm.
and then also that the final finality of the turning point, realizing, yeah, you've done really kind of fucked up the moment,
Yeah.
and you can never let that walk a second note within your life. Nicely done. I like that. Well, yeah, for the honesty, the rawness of it, the fact that there is a whole lot of truth that walks within these words uh, without being flippant or trying to make excuses for it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And this next piece I'm putting up is called Jack in the Box by Laureate Montagnier. Don't worry, Rex, I got this one. Okay. And here we go.
There is an urban legend that speaks about the creepy cloud of horror, terrorizing the minds of the poor children of terrible dreams conjured, whose nights are haunted by the fear of his maniacal smile and laughter. His daunting murmurs they can hear penetrating the cracks of their walls. They say he once was human and had performed in a travelling circus, and one day he vanished into the mystery of the tales of the crypt, where he was never located, nor was there any true vestige of his body, but the children say his soul remains trapped within the clutch of time. Every evening the piercing sound of an imposing music resounds suddenly, entering through the small orifices of the creaking doors of homes. Reaching the frightened children then, cowering in a round ball devoid of light, as they listen to his echoic breath, and descry the floating balloons. Thus, a giant box camouflaged in the colours of a circus appears from the darkened shadows of the nocturnal, dripping dewdrops of blood. The creaking noise of the handle of the box chimes the turning of a crank, and the horripilating image of a devilish clown pops out, laughing. With his alabaster eyes and crimson tongue beneath his sharp razor teeth, the ineffable face of the monster the hopeless children dread to see in person. For it is said that once he visits you, there is no absolute return from death. He is the ghastly reaper of all of the screaming souls of doomed children. He is the Jack in the Box.
music. Nicely done, Frank. Thank you for the SoundCloud. Very much appreciated. All right, Gentini.
I knew that laugh was coming. That's why I left it play.
You creepy
Oh my
cretin.
goodness. Yeah, this was an excellent piece. I thought it was well written, creepy, just like the Jack in the Box. Great imagery in the piece, and I love to read. And I picked up those last two stanzas, so I'm not gonna. Well, that's a lot to reread. Well, thus a giant box camouflaged in the colors of a circus appears from the dark old shadows of the nocturnal dripping dewdrops of blood. The creaking noise of the handle of the box chimes the turning of the crank. Then the horror-plating image of a devilish clown pops out laughing, with his alabaster eyes and crimson tongue beneath his sharp razor teeth, the ineffable face of a monster the helpless children dread to see in person. For it is said that once he visits you, there is no absolute return from death. He is ghastly reaper of all the screaming souls of doomed children. He is the Jack in the Box. Can you hear the music? You know, just I don't know. Frank does horror so well, and he does sensual so well. It's kind of strange. I don't know about anything in between, but he's got those two covered. But I thought it was a great write, and thank you, Frank, for sharing with us again tonight. Excellent job.
Nice. There
Hmm.
is so much in this. You think of Jack in the Box? Well, you've got that vivid image of the fast food joint.
Yep.
Uh, then you've got the circus clown who's always there to give out the scary angle. Then he wrote that sort of Tales of the Crypt,
Yep.
and also the Jack in the Box. I remember one image from Twilight Zone where Billy Mummy has these special powers, and if you don't obey him, he sends you to special places. And one of them, he turned one of his neighbors into a Jack in the Box, and then sent him to the nowhere place. And then you've got it that rolls into this as well with the balloons and the kids that disappear forever. Nice.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, they had a lot going on in that piece. Um, that is for sure. Okay. Well, the next piece that I'm going to put up is called Swallowed Karma and Bugled Dirges by Pam Ray. And I'm not scared yet. Gold coins greased palms, streetwalkers, big time talkers, fishmongers, hawkers, and gawkers. Lustful ladies, trips to Mars, extra nougating in your candy bar. Moths towards an Icarus lamp, bullfrog sings for his dinner. Sinners riding the whole hog, devils bidding in the wells. A bitter truth emerges. Peacock bitters, cloth is dyed. Swallowed karma, ordained pride. Toppled apple carts, tipsy tarts. Side effects from the start. Mealworm masks and bugle dirges. End poem.
There you go. I like that. Especially when you got to that note of toppled apple carts, tipsy tarts, side effects from the start. I thought you were gonna choke on those that run of carts, tarts, and starts.
The toppled apple is what almost got me. Go figure.
Oh my God! I look at that opening. Gold coins, grease palms, streetwalkers, big time talkers, fishmongers, hawkers, and gawkers. Boy, that hits a whole retinue of of angles. Everybody's looking for collecting money or paying for something in the meantime. The fishmongers, the hawkers, and hawkers. You got the gawkers looking at the big time talkers. They're trying to get you to part with your money. Same with the streetwalkers. Uh, I like that extra nougat in your candy bar and march toward an Icarus lamp. It's a nice note to the ease of how people gravitate to certain things because uh, they're delighted with what comes with that certain thing. Uh, Same thing with the thoughts of this. Bullfrog sing for his dinner, sinners riding the whole hog, devils biting in the wells, a bitter truth emerges. Uh, hey, and then finish. Mealworm mask, bugle dirges. Hey, from it doesn't matter what you do and how you do it. We all meet the same end at the back end of things. Now, does that warrant the life you've led? Maybe, maybe not. That will be determined once you've passed on.
Absolutely.
All right, then, Jeannie, you got to read it.
I have no idea. No idea. None. But I think that Pam did a nice job with this.
Just say just what he said. You've
Yeah,
done
what
that
he
before.
said. What you said. And what Yumpy said. I read his comment. See, you two had to figure it out. I have no idea. I think there was a lot of great imagery throughout the piece. And, your ideas, I think, were really spot on. Um, Mars towards an Icarus lamp, Mars are always drawn to a flame, to something bright, you know. Um, there's so much. Bullfrog sings for his dinner, sinners riding the whole hog, devils biting in the wells, bitter truce emerges, But we all know the story of truce, naked truce. But I think that she's got so much going on in here. She's got imagery, she's got intriguing and food for thought running through, as always. Not always. Sometimes she's pretty straight up. She tells you what she wants you to see. She doesn't leave it for you to figure it out. But I think that she did a nice job with this.
Yeah, like I don't want to keep you, husband. I just want
Borrow them for a while or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
to. I didn't get to hear that, but I heard about it.
I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to exactly, but I just know how Pam rolls. I've read some really awesome pieces by her. Story poems, abstract poems. She's got it all lined up. So, but yeah, I don't think so quick on my feet. But yeah, so yeah, what he said. That's it. That's
See,
exactly
you're
right.
slipping. That would no. In
I
the
am.
older days, that would have come out first.
I know. I think I probably felt that I wore out that line. Quite honest.
No, you haven't used that in quite a while.
Yeah. Well, that's because I stopped using it because I wore it out and I had to go back to it. Oh, my. Okay. This next piece. Let me see. This is by a new name to me. And this is... Good night, Visago. Rest well.
Night, V.
Absolutely. And this one is called You Know Me by J.B. Scotsman. So, Rex, whenever you are ready.
All righty then. Come on. There we go. You Know Me by J.B. Scotsman. You know me. I am warm summer sun and cold icy chill. I am a massive wave that wrecks ships and calm water. I am the crescendo of music and sound of silence. You know me. I am lion's roar and lamb's gentle bleat. I am first light and last dark night. I am soothing lavender and stinging nettle. You know me. I am sweet honeycomb and bitter gall. I am thunder, lightning, and soft rain. I am a love at first sight and last dance with Mary Jane. Yeah, you know me, but I don't have a name. And poem.
Yeah. I like this piece. I thought he did a great job with it. I said, seems the nameless one is life itself. With all the differences from one end of the spectrum to the other. We never know what life will bring us, and there's not really one real name for it. You can say life, but does that really name it? You know. So I thought this was clever and very well done, and I liked it. So JB Scotsman, thanks for letting us share the piece tonight. Much appreciated. What do you think, Rex?
I got one line for that. I am the full gamut of the human experience.
There you go.
Anything and everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why it's inexplicable.
Yeah. One
There's,
extreme.
you know what the funny thing about that? When you say something is unexplainable, haven't you explained it?
Hmm, kind of. Yeah. What you said. Just kidding. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But I did kind of like it. I thought it was kind of well done. You know. You know.
It's an intriguing piece made to make you think,
Yeah.
because yeah, you don't really have a name for it except the whole of one's experience with life, and
Mhm.
it's all those little tidbits that make up the life, and that you don't really a good portion of it, the sun, the moon, flowers, clouds, you take for granted. So that kind of that note of the almost mundane because it's an everyday occurrence. Yes, you should pay more attention to it.
Right. Absolutely. Now this next one is also by a new name. Uh, remarkably, and it has an audio. So this is called "You Step into Another World." The Pessimist by Gordon Hoffman. And, God, I don't remember that being the title. Oh, it is. God. For some reason, I thought it was a different title. I have an audio, so let me hit the button, and here we go. It's very short.
You step into another world. You're walking under the influence. You look so overwhelmed. Your face dims with cosmic indifference. I'm whipping through the willow bark, those bits of earth that carry my left. I'm sleeping as your voicemail talks, doing loop the loops with your voice box. You step into another world. I enter center stage. I feel so overwhelmed, alone in the promenade. The birds are in the garden now. The birds are in the garden now. The birds are in the garden. They're serenading Eden now.
Nicely done, Gordon. Thank you for the sound clap. Very much appreciated. All right, Genie.
Yeah,
Back to back.
I kind of like this piece. I thought it was short. It was sweet. It had a nice sound to it. Yeah, very soothing. Exactly, Yumpy. Exactly. Um, I don't know. I like the sound of it, and I'm not sure if it was created with like a Suno or anything like that. I kind of got the impression that this may have been him playing a guitar and
Yes.
singing it. And I liked that. I thought it was very, felt very natural. And yeah, I thought the lines in it were sweet. I'm weeping through the willow bark, those bits of earth that carry my loft. I'm sleeping as your voicemail talks and doing loop-de-loops with your voice box. As somebody who's just kind of listening, to someone else on the other end of the phone as they're drifting. That would be my guess on that. Um, you step into another world. I enter center stage. I feel so overwhelmed, alone on the promenade. And something about the way this ended, I don't know. The birds are in the garden now. The birds are in the garden now. The birds are in the garden. They're serenading Eden now. I don't know what it was about those lines. I just dug it. I don't know. I thought it was nice. So I want to thank you, Gordon Hoffman, for sharing with us, and much appreciated. Very much.
Yep. I'll roll on that. Yeah, I did like the voice. That first stanza was mellow, but then you got a little bit more feeling through the last three stanzas. And if you
Right.
look at the pick, it offers up a wedding. So maybe that's the note he's rolling into. The thought of uh, uh, doing loop to loops with your voice box hits on that note of before that day comes, and then you hit on you step into another world. I enter center stage. I feel so overwhelmed, alone on the promenade. That voice of standing and waiting for it to come down, and the thought of the birds are in the garden now. The birds are in the garden now. The birds are in the garden. They're serenading Eden now. I kind of, if it works with that note of the wedding, it kind of hits me with that thought of uh, um, everything is perfect at this particular moment in time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I thought there was something about it. I just really. Um, I'm not sure about the pessimist 2024 in the title. You step into another world. The pessimist 2024. I'm not sure what that leans into, but it didn't sound very pessimistic to me. You know, maybe that's what he was thinking inside. I don't know. But nice job, Gordon, and thank you for sharing with us. I can't say much more other than there was something about it I just really did kind of like. Okay. Well, oof. Well, I guess I'll read this darn piece that I wrote. Yuppie said he was definitely playing and slapping the guitar.
Yeah,
Very good.
I
Very
couldn't I couldn't figure out what that extra little noise was.
there you
I
go.
liked it the way it sat in the background with everything else, but I couldn't figure out what that was. It got almost like one of those little uh, rapping noisemakers you twirl around.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's so hard to know who's really playing an instrument and singing unless you're really tuned in for that kind of thing, or if somebody's used and just plugged it in that way. Because I don't know the first thing about the AI creators, but definitely it had that real natural sound to it, and it kind of was. It was nice. It was nice. So, well, that brings me back to this damn piece I got to read. Okay, this is an old, old, old poem, but I kind of like it. It's called Thunderstorm by me. The day drew. Well, maybe I'll say it the way I wrote it. Holy moly! Me.
Come on, Jim, get it together.
God, there's only like 4 words in the line, and I screwed it up on the second. The day grew dark, the wind did wail. The rain was hard upon the sails. The lightning flashed, the sailors cried. The thunder crashed, so many died. When the sun did rise that morn, more than just the sails were torn. Hearts were heavy, their loss was deep, so many to eternal sleep. Work was solemn, the chore was grim. They said a prayer and sang a hymn. Burial at sea, the task. broken men behind their masks, the sails replaced and drawn up tight, heads bowed in prayer this very night. Sailor, sailor, tried and true, married to the ocean's blue, when Mother Nature rears her head, she'll make you bow to her instead. End poem. Sorry.
Great read there, Jean. Boy, this is 12 years old.
Yes, it's old. It's getting old enough to vote soon.
I like the back end of this because it does, even though this does depict life at sea the whole way through, but the back end of this, sailor, sailor, tried and true, married to the ocean's blue. When Mother Nature rears her head, she'll make you bow to her instead. Yes, that always that note to a sailor who's definitely a tried and true sailor is that one that's married to the sea, and she can be a bitch of a mistress at times.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, in the old days, there was a heavy note that you paid a heavy price if you didn't pay attention to the horizon and what was churning up or coming to a boil, so to speak.
Right.
Although that is quite definitely been put aside over the centuries with everything that's been built since. But hey, back in the day, you depended on the wind to get you going. And sometimes that wind gave you a crushing reminder of, you know what? Yeah, might have, should have waited an extra day or two in port.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you, Rex. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
and that note, they didn't take you home. You got buried at sea right then and there.
Right? Right.
We don't need a reminder of a body on a ship, nor the stinking retinue that comes along with it, because there was no refrigerators back then either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, Yumpy, for your kind comment. Uh, once in a blue moon, Yumpy, once in a blue moon. What can I tell you? Okay, now Rex, this next one I have for you is by Yumpy. Because, well, I had to ask him for this one because he put the other one up first. And I was like, well, does he mind? This is called The Orchestra of Dawn by Yumpy. So whenever you're ready.
All righty. Come on, open up.
Tell
Now
you.
I've got to refresh every bloody page, and then you got
I
to
know.
wait for it to up. Oh God,
God, I know. I can't stand it.
no,
I,
it bites. The Orchestra of Dawn by Yumpy. As sunrise weaves its golden rays through the quiet hush of morning, the meadow waits, breath held, like orchestral strings poised, light shimmering off every leaf, a warm resin smell drifting with the breeze. A single sparrow, the piccolo of the waking world, trills a silver overture into the cool azure sky, breath of pine filling the air, tantalizing the senses. Below, the grass choir stirs, soft rustlings rising like brushed cymbals echoing in a vast concert hall, filled with a warm, earthen fragrance of soil mingling with morning dew. Then the wind enters, a dulcet voiced sky whisper swaying the branches into sweeping arcs of motion. Cellos of oak pluck warm, resonant tones, their roots humming deep beneath damp soil. Maple leaves, like fluttering violins, shiver in trembling vibrato as sunlight caresses their edges, a wisp of maple sap, subtle as a violin's first note. A brook nearby trebles out harp notes, cascading over smooth river stones, each stone releasing a pellucid chord. And from the far hill, daylight's burnished brass flare, golden trumpets of sunbeams breaking through curtains of drifting cloud. Suddenly, The orchestra gathers, sparrow, wind, brook, leaf, oak, each voice rising in layered harmony. They lift, they soar in crescendo. The waking horizon radiates with sound, a symphony woven with wind, water, branch, and light. And when the final chord settles into silence, the dawn bows, soft, radiant, a conductor concluding her symphony of dawn. The world exhales, held in the quiet aftermath of morning song. End poem.
Great read, Rex.
There you go, Jeannie.
I love this piece. There's wonderful imagery, and it was just gorgeous all the way through. Um, you know, I picked it up. The wind enters, the dulcet voice sky whisperer, swaying the branches into sweeping arcs of motion. And honestly, I took it all the way to the end, and what I loved about it. It captures so much. Cellos of oak pluck warm, resonant tones, the roots humming deep beneath damp soil. Oh, it's just sitting there, and you just kind of get lost in the piece because it's wonderful, and it captures so much, in your mind. And yeah, I did. I loved this all the way through. I loved it from the beginning to the end too. Don't get me wrong, but that second half just really mm, was wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. I'm enamored by the piece. Let me say it that way. It's just great. I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
That works. Enamored, yes.
Hmm. It's
There's a
beautiful.
quiet note to the ease and stillness of one's own silence, and just watching the burgeoning dawn and everything that comes with it, an understanding in the moment how it does play out like an orchestra, and then dropping in those quiet notes of the violins, the cellos. Everything has its own little tidbit of personality to it, and that comes from just sitting in a chair and watching everything in the moment and listening, and then the mind just ticking off on little things. All right, this fits here, this fits there, and you bring it together with that note. Everything has its own voice, its own place within its own orchestra, and that note. I like the back end of this where it hits, and what was it? And when the final chord settles into silence, the dawn bows, soft, radiant, a conductor concluding her symphony of dawn. Nice, clever note. The conductor, the sun coming up. The world exhales, held in the quiet aftermath of morning song. Then there's a quiet note to being in a theater and hearing that orchestra crescendo in the moment. Then everything gets quiet. All you see is the conductor, the sun in the moment, and then everything goes quiet. Why? Because it needs that moment to expand and expound upon the bite that's being drawn on. Nicely done there, Yumpy. I like
Yeah,
that.
you put up the first one, but I'll tell you when I
That's a
first.
newborn too. It's only 6 days old.
Woo, woohoo! I like it. I don't know. I saw it and I said, "Oh no, no, no! I have to put this one up." I have to ask him. Yeah, it's just so pretty.
Yeah, it's nothing quite like walking in um, nature alone and just to sit and listen to the rustlings, the awakenings, or the good nights for that matter. You hear the owls hooting in the background, or the barred owl coming out to laugh.
Yeah, yep. Just sitting there and appreciating it, just taking it in. Absolutely. Boy, oh boy. Okay. This next piece I'm going to put up is called "Defining Moments" by Heavenly Angel. I fall short defining your presence in my life. I am cognizant of the void your absence imparts, whether you leave a room, my side, or my bed. Familiar ecstasies, evenings shared together over laughter. These are the defining moments of my life. Two hearts have touched, two spirits free, loving and growing, you and I. New days embracing life, born of love, our minds and souls refreshed. You came to me as soft whispers upon the spring breeze, touching and penetrating my soul, seeping deep into my heart, standing together as one. We shall be making precious moments into reality. I love you so much. I always will. End poem.
Great read, Gene. Thank you very much. Damn, this was straight from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
You get that note right? Was it two hearts of touch, two spirits free, loving, growing, you and I. New days, embracing life, born of love, our minds and souls refresh. I like this one here. You came to me as soft whispers upon a spring breeze, touching and penetrating my soul, seeping deep into my heart. Then an outstanding together one. So there's a wedding in the offing.
Sounds like it. It sounds like it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this was just beautiful. Very, it was a very loving and sweet piece all the way through. Um, I fall short defining your presence in my life. I am cognizant of the void your absence imparts, whether you leave a room, my side, or my bed. Familiar ecstasies, evenings shared together over laughter. These are the defining moments of my life. Hearts of touch, two spirits free, loving and growing, you and I. New days embracing life, born of love, our minds and souls refreshed. Yeah, I think that this is just beautiful all the way through. So many great lines, and it is very tender. And yes, I really liked it very much. So thank you. Yeah, listen to me, will you?
Heavenly.
Heavenly Angel. I really appreciate the piece. I'm in between typing my comment, making a spoken one, and then trying to remember somebody's name. I apologize. God, just got a little lost in space. But yeah,
Yes,
this was nice. This is back
you
from
got to remember she's feeling
2007.
better and she's on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Still half baked, but it's as good as it gets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't got to the stage of roid rage yet, but we're hoping it
Well,
won't be tonight.
no, no, no. I'll be off of these by Sunday, so we're good. Oh my God. But yeah, sweet piece. Hang on, I'm trying to finish this comment. So I don't know. Let's see now. Paste. I'm gonna do my. No, that's not. That's for later. That song.
Yeah, I know. I'm just humming.
Silly. That wasn't humming. That was do.
Ba
Silly.
ba ba ba, dang a dang dang, ding a dong, do do do. Blue moon, blue moon. Wa
Oh
ba
my.
ba ba ba, wa ba 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 ba, wa ba 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 ba.
There you go. Something like that, right? There we go. Oh, here he goes again. Okay. Well, the last piece on our board for tonight, Rex. Hint, hint, hint.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hint, hint,
Yeah.
hint. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. This piece is called Unwritten by T. Manzano. And let me put it up. And whenever you're ready.
Alrighty then. Aha, there it is. Unwritten by T. Manzano. This book, its linen-bound spine still firm, sits quietly on the edge of all I meant to become. Its polished cover, sheen edges unfrayed, pages unmarred, as if preserved for something great. And yet, only the first paragraph in perfect font, balanced, deliberate, a single promise spoken too soon. The rest, leaf after silent leaf, waits in vain, yellowing in possibilities, ghosts of what I have to try, to say, to start. Such paper. This book was meant to bear the weight, not echoing absence. Each left blank, a breath I never took or yet to take, a risk unwritten, chapters unlived, squandered. What waste! Such careful craftsmanship to go untouched, so empty inside. And poem.
Wow.
There you go, Jeannie. No.
This is a great piece, Tim. I think we all have this book. It just varies on how many paragraphs are in it. Um, to have this perfect what's the word I want? Journal. Let's use the word journal in front of us, and what we do and what we say and all the things we accomplish or don't accomplish are in it. And yeah, its polished cover, sheen edges unfrayed, pages unmarred, as if preserved. Wow, preserved for something great, and yet only the first paragraph in perfect font, balanced, deliberate, a single promise spoken too soon. Um, I have a book like that. It starts out all pretty, and then it just goes with whatever's happening, and the handwriting changes. Heck, if it has lines, forget it, because I barely ever hit those. Um, and it's all an individual thing. How that book actually progresses. The rest leaf after silent leaf waits in vain, yellowing impossibilities, ghosts of what I have to try, to say, to start. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think this each left blank, a breath I never took or yet to take, a risk unwritten, chapters unlived, squandered. I think you've really captured something wonderful in this piece. Um, yeah, yeah, I really do. I don't know how to express it much better than that, but you paint such a vivid picture, and I think it's just really well expressed. I do better than what I can express, might I add. Very well done, and thank you for sharing with us tonight.
Nice. I like the metaphor drawn on this. The idea it's a reflection of self. Um, parts of it are chastising because he hits on that note of squandered, yellowing possibilities. What waste! Such careful craftsmanship to go untouched. That note of the human body itself. Um, so on the back end of this, each left blank, a breath I never took, I yet to take, a risk unwritten, chapters unlived, squandered. So kind of hit on the notes of chastising oneself for not paying a bit more attention to self and maybe walking a few chapters of mm, uh, that were are really dark and disturbing, and that note of looking deep within that to see, you know what, I could have done a bit better with myself. And hell, you haven't died yet, so those pages need not be empty for much longer. And you did offer this up as that note of unwritten, so there is looking deep within and then pulling out those dark angles and using that as an expression of and sense of where once was, but now is not, is a great way to alight on new chapters, new script, new voices.
Absolutely. Okay.
No,
What did you find for us, Rex? I know you've been busy, so you haven't had a chance yet.
I, no, I haven't. Oh
See?
my God. Um, bloody hell. I don't know. Uh,
Well, I'll go look for a moldy oldie too, but hopefully you'll find one first. You know what? I got one. This is moldy oldie though. This is for sure. Let's see what I can do here. If I can find the right places to put it. I should have you read it. Well, you just read Team Manzano, so. Okay. This is a very old one, inspired by a friend who brought me this question. Can you write a poem about this tree and this bush? And, and I'm going, huh? I said, I don't know. I said, let me think about that. So by morning, I had it written. And he was pleased. So I was pleased. This is called Lilac Memories. In memory, wow, I can't read my own stuff, Rex. Oh, let me try it again. I remember at our home the willow near the field. It stood all alone there, like a guardian to shield. It always seemed so lonely, on never-ending guard. Then my family planted a bush in our yard. She was oh so lovely, such a sight to see, covered with her lilacs, her scent upon the breeze. From that day forward the willow not the same, branches seemed much higher, its spirit now untamed. Up upon my bedroom wall, when the full moon did descend, seemed a stranger's shadow of two new and tender friends. I swear they danced within the light of each full moon, bright and clear. This shadow seemed to show it all, how they swayed so slow and near. As I watched in disbelief, limbs locked in their embrace, as the night just drifted by, the breeze did set the pace. The beauty of their romance did last throughout the years. With each full moon that passed us by, these lovers did appear. Her leaves were slowly turning as the years did take their toll. Her roots grew weak within the soil, flowers only in her soul. Still within the full moon's light, I could see these lovers dance, in the shadows on my wall, showing decades of romance. That final winter took its toll. She could no longer hold her own. There out in the field once more, the willow stood alone. Believe me now, with each full moon high up in the sky, if you listen close you'll hear the weeping willow cry. End poem.
Great read, Gene. Damn, that was long. You actually do long ones?
Well, I'm not going to go there.
Oh,
But
you are feeling better if you're getting in the gutter now.
I didn't do that. You did. You just asked a question. That was all. You know. Oh my God. Anyway.
Well, once I can get back to the bloody page.
Well, I got to tell you, the tail end of this poem, I had written, almost all of it, and I got to the end like before this lilac died, and I'm sitting there and I'm crying. I was like, I don't want to kill her off. I don't want to kill her off. I sat up till 5 o'clock in the morning because that's the time that Stan used to come on. And I waited to see him and I messaged him. I said, do I have to kill her? And he says, I swear to God I did. And he says, yeah. I'm like, but I don't want to. And I did. I sat there like some silly fool crying. Like, I said, this is so silly, Gene. You are such a silly ass. I did. I was right. Yeah, and I had my daughter come in. I said, read this, will you? She read it. She starts crying. I said, oh, my God. Well, at least it's not just me. But, yeah. So, anyway, that was my silliness. Couldn't help it.
Well, yeah, the funny part is
Mm.
lilac memories and some of the words you used in here had me thinking of Jack Blue.
Ah, well, there you go.
You remember? Because he's always got lilac and blue and sapphire and stuff
Yeah.
rolling within his
Always
piece.
has
And it's
colors on
always
it.
rolling on that note of something which has both the idea of color, but also aroma that goes with it.
Yeah,
So
that's true, too.
lilac holds that note of something uh, that evokes memories in the moment. And with lilac, it's usually something uh, well, I guess it's more attuned to like grandmas,
Right. Well, it was so.
something older within the home, because
Yeah.
usually when we draw on the memories of lilac, it's from our days as kids,
Yeah.
so it goes
Yeah.
along with it. Yeah, lilac. Yeah, it's usually a grandma
But,
thing.
it was so funny because this fellow who brought this to me, he was actually a photographer, and he used to come into the poetry room and hang out, and I think he had pitched this idea to like, I don't know, 3 or 4 people. And everybody says, no, 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 no. And, he basically brought me the tree, the bush, the fact that she had to die and what have you. And I was like, really? And I'm like, oh, and I really didn't think I was going to be able to do anything with it. But yeah, and so he brought the framework, I brought the
Don't-
glue. Yeah, he was pretty
yeah,
fun.
he drew out the whole thing for you and told you, "Go ahead, write about it now."
Well, yeah, he gave me like 3 or 4 things to work with, and I was like, well, I don't really know about this, like, oh, what was I going to do with it? And the next thing you know, I thought about it, and I said, oh, I can do something with this. Wait a minute. And then I started, and I'm like, oh, this is so strange that I actually made this work. He didn't tell me a willow. He didn't tell me a lilac. He just told me a tree and a bush, and it was supposed to be symbolic of, a husband and wife, and her failing in years, whatever. And I was like, okay. And here I was going, well, I don't know how to do this, but we'll give it a whirl. He was so tickled, God bless him. He really was. I was like, okay, well, I'm glad it worked. So, you know, he was a pretty interesting fella. But he really didn't. He didn't do any poetry at all, but he came up with this idea. And everybody just kind of said, no, nope, can't do it. Nope, can't do it. Yep. I said, okay. Well, I wasn't sure if I could either, but I'm glad I could make him happy. Yeah. So, anyway, that was it for me. What do you got, Rex? We got 10 minutes left.
Oh, I put one in the room. It comes with a
Oh,
SoundCloud.
oh no way. Are you
Yeah,
serious? Get out. Now I got to go find it.
I figure it's just long enough to finish out the evening.
Yeah, you just want
Okay.
to see if I can get the thing. Oh, wait, we got one by Monarch Soul, too. Oh,
Huh?
oh, Monarch Soul put one up, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Did I
Let's see
miss
what
that
we got.
one?
No, it's underneath of yours.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's underneath mine.
Yeah, so put it in the room underneath yours. Okay, let me do this and this. I'm working on it, Monarch. Okay, uh,
Hmm.
yes. Okay, there's that.
Getting used to these things ain't easy. Everything's backwards.
Uh, I went over there today. I think I was there for about 15 minutes. That was about all I could take. Seriously. And I try not to be like, you know, really ridiculous about complaining about it, but I was like, I don't think I can do this. I just, I don't know. It's going to take me some time, and I don't, eventually he's going to throw me off of here, and then I'm going to be like, well, I guess today's the day. Let's see what I have. Okay. Okay. See what I got. Okay, Rex. Let me grab your link. Copy link. All right. Put it up. Paste. There. And then I'm going to come over here. And this piece is called And You Shall Know Me, For I Am Death by IntimidusRex. So let me hit that button if I can find that button. Here it is.
I am the boatman, and Akron awaits. Run,
Run, run, you Skraelings, just run long into that misty-filled night. I'm having me a bit of fun, chasing dollymops, causing fright. Through foggy bottoms, unlit streets, towards Spitalfields, me place to roam, where echoes ring in empty feet, our rookeried Whitechapel dome. A bonny bonnet Polly wore, no doss tonight, thrice drank her fill. She'll walk along these streets no more, plying gin cup wares in autumn's chill. 1 tuppenny bit was all it took for a dark Bucks Row rendezvous. Throttled neck and opened bloody book, she was my first cuckoo-ca-choo. Long-legged Liz be a Swedish tart, with ripped throat found in Dutfield's yard. Too close for comfort when I start, be she mine or some other's card. Now cat was mine 'bout an hour past, scarpering out of Bishopsgate. 'Twas in Mitre Square I worked real fast, gunning that tart, sealing her fate. Me knife's real short, I'm not done yet. Be hunting again after dusk. Her kidney was nice, off I et. Catch me when you can, Mr. Lusk. Top of the morn, your news is grim. I had me laughs at those brought in from Pizer, then drew it most prim to Mansfield's Jekyll and Hyde mad grin, and then come that fop Tumble Tea, looking to purchase some jarred wombs, but got caught in some buggery, which drove him home to his pet grooms. Keep it coming, boys. I'm nothing these Gothics, opening old wounds, dressed to kill while you be rifling through dirty drawed songs you've crooned. Mare was a touch of Welsh rarebit, e'en more so while she be pubbing. Young and pretty, unchaste but fit, copper-haired and ready for stupping. 'Twas in number 13 Miller's Court I got to work on me last kill. Blood was spilt with tools I brought, a masterpiece to gentry's chill. Come one, come all, as I usher up a brave new world on which you'll dine. Eat hearty as from hell you'll sup, as London lives in my timeline. Flecteri sinequio superos, acronta movebo. Jageste nomen meum, et sietis me quia con oris.
Great job, Rex. Great job.
I had fun with that one.
Yes, you could tell. I loved it. There was a wonderful Jack the Ripper piece. Oh. You're getting kudos over in the chat. But yeah, it was really wonderful. Each one of these stanzas, um, oh, I mean, you just let me see. Long-legged Liz, a Swedish tart. Oh, I can't even read it, Rex.
Well, I did knuckle up to the thought of going to street English with the
Yeah, well, I get it. I mean, it's wonderful, and when you read it, it was great, and I knew exactly what you were talking about. But for me to go back and read it myself, it's like, huh? Between long-legged Liz and Polly, and the way you were naming them off, and each one got their own little um, stanza here. And then Mr. Lusk, yeah. Catch me when you can, Mr. Lusk. I thought that was a good endo on that one. But yeah, there's so much here. Top of the morning, your news is grim. I had me Lars. Those brawling. Oh my God, come on now. That whole stanza was very good. I'm not going to read it. I like that one. When you mentioned Jekyll and Hyde's mad grin. Jekyll and Hyde's mad grin. Oh my God. Yeah. But this was really good all the way through. And I like that touch of, I guess it's Latin at the end. I always have to
yes.
check. I thought it was. What's this? And if I cannot reach heaven, I will raise hell. That's the first one. And then my name is Jack, and you shall know me, for I am death. There you go. Yeah, this is just really an excellent piece. So yeah, great job and a great share. And
All right. Thank you, gang. Yeah, I see the comments. The funny part is, the bell I got from
sounds like something from Halloween we pulled out.
no, I got from I think it was ACDC,
Oh, there you go.
and
Don't
I
say
had
that
to
out loud.
I had to stop and go, then revert back so I could hit
Ah,
the
Jesus.
bell notes again when I wanted to. Boy, it took me about 30 minutes just to do that, and still keep my note to voice.
Yeah,
Bloody
right.
hell!
I can imagine. I'd be like, huh? Oh my God. Yeah, that was great. Okay, now the last piece for tonight is a piece by Monarch Soul. Uh-oh. There you go. That was you. This is called Equilibrium by Monarch Soul. Internal flinch, eyes closed, mind aches, pulse races, negative vibrations reverberating off of tattered nerves. Stomach clenches, turns. Again. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, expand, contract. Slow the rhythm. Smooth the shield. Crashing waves begin to flow. Slow echoes fade. Still. End poem. Nice piece.
Nice, great read. Haha, I
Thank you,
like
thank
that. And that note to equilibrium, that kind of points to something being off kilter in the moment, and then you get
you.
this angle of everything that's happening in the moment to the body through
Yeah. Right.
the voice itself. Eyes closed, mind aches, pulse races, negative vibrations reverberating off tattered nerves. Then that thought of what the stomach does. Then you got to take that breath, inhale, slowly exhale, and you expand. You'll take that deep breath to kind of balance things. So this walks on that note of how one walks through a note when the equilibrium is off kilter at a point, and you've got to be mindful that you don't let it overwhelm you in the moment, because that would be easy and kind of just fall apart, so to speak, or just break, or even go a little mad.
Right.
So you take that especially the hit them, smooth the shield, crashing waves begin to flow, slow echoes fade, and still that note of everything coming into balance at the back end of this, because you've taken the time to steady the sense of self.
Right, right. Well, it was funny because when I started reading it, I was,
Did you feel off balance?
well, not quite, but when I first started reading it, I was reading it faster. And then as we went down, stomach clenches and turns, all of a sudden she slowed me down with the right itself. Again, breathe, inhale, exhale. And you kind of feel that release of what was happening in the beginning, if that makes any sense. Um, and the way she wrote it literally slowed me down from where it started at the beginning until where it was still. I kind of could feel that inside, um, the way she did it. So that was very clever. Um, yeah, so I did enjoy that. And yes, yes, yes. This wasn't about any specific line. It was just all about the way it made you feel. Because in the beginning it's internal flinch, eyes closed, mind aches, pulse races, negative vibrations, reverberating off tattered nerves. And then she brings you to a slowing down and brings you to that stillness at the end. And I thought that was very well done and very clever. So great job, and thank you so much for sharing with us, Monarch Soul. Yes. And that concludes another episode of Fillmyeyes and IntimidusRex with poetry. Oh, such an ace. Sure. Oh my God.
Yeah, you are feeling all right, aren't you?
Oh, I definitely feel better, that's for sure.
Oh my God,
Tim,
that's funny.
Tim keeps beeping in here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's playing with his camera. Hello, I see you. I see you. Sitting there drinking, I could see him. Hmm. But anyway, yeah, it was a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Lots of fun, great poetry. Rex, as always, thank you for co-hosting with me. Yumpy, Tim, Eric, Vizago, and anyone listening on YouTube, we appreciate you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you, Monarch, for sharing with us. Uh, that was a surprise. But yeah, so what a funny night this has been. I really was hoping we would make it till about 11 with what I had picked out, but I was glad there was a couple longer pieces. And you just talk so much. I'm only kidding, Rex. I'm only kidding. Yeah.
You trying to tell
But,
me I need to cut down on my verbiage?
oh, absolutely not. No way. We'd really be sunk. Um, but yeah, so great poetry and a lot of fun tonight. I hope everyone had a good time. And thanks for sharing your poetry with us. Everybody take care. And I'm going to go be itch free, finish out my steroids, and I'll visit with Rex on Sunday. And in the meantime, you'll behave yourselves. That's what I'm telling you. You'll behave yourselves. And somebody has to.
True.
Yeah, yeah. T says, nope. See how he is? See how he is? But yeah, so anyway, it was fun. And we'll do this again next week. I'll even put up a topic board ahead of time. How do you like that idea? Yes, yes, yes. So, okay. Well, everybody have a great night and a good weekend. And I will talk to you all soon. Rex, I'll see you Sunday.
All right. Good night, gang.
Good night.